folks, I'm Tom Vasso. Welcome to Week in Review. This is a video where me, Sam Z, and some of the other folks, we take a look at the different videos that we put out over the past week and give you short summaries of those. And if you're interested, you can see the longer videos by clicking the links below. But it's time for short summaries. Here we go.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Last week I reviewed 4 games. I reviewed Cold Water Crown, a fishing game with a little worker placement going in it. I like the mechanisms in it, I like the theme, I like the look of the whole thing. Quality of the production is well done. The game's a little too samey though. You do the same things over and over and over and over and over and over for 90 minutes sometimes, and then it's finally over and you see who won. A little too lucky, a little too long, a little too samey. I reviewed Moons, a trick-taking game, which is very interesting. You can win tokens, which is how you score by playing the lead card, by playing high, or by sneaking in with a low card that is the wrong suit. Really cool. Don't like the construction quality of the game, but the gameplay is clever, does not outstay its welcome. I like it. I also reviewed Aloha Pioja, which is a game from Spain, if I'm not mistaken. Also a good one for kids with, where the players are representing little tribes of lice on this little girl's head. So it's got that whole like, hee-hee, it's kind of an icky theme for the kids. And it's cute. It's got a little bit of a tug-of-war theme going on. It looks attractive, works very well, 15 minutes or so. So a neat little game. And then lastly, I reviewed a 2-player abstract game called Heptalion. And this one is just a tile laying game, also very quick, 15 minutes or so. But the more you play it, I think the longer the games are going to get because it's all about observation. Where can you play? And as soon as your opponent cannot play, guess what? You win the game. It's clever, not revolutionary, nothing that is going to upset my favorite abstracts out there. But I did enjoy it and I would recommend it if you enjoy that tile laying aspect. So that's it for me. I'll see y'all next time.
All right, this week we had to get a lot of stuff done before we actually went to the gathering. So last week we did a lot of, I did a lot of stuff that was not really review type, just more informational type videos that didn't require a whole lot of production on the front end. But we did 3 Slaughter Ball videos, and I'm done with all of the showing off all of their stuff. They have some really neat looking stuff for their game, but we talked about, first video was for the home arenas, number 1 and 2 for the Team Carnage and Team Nemesis. They have their own home arena now that you can purchase on their website. The second video was for arenas 3 and 4, which was for the Swords of Damocles and the Valkyries. They both have their own home arenas. And then I also did another video for Slaughter Ball that just showed a whole bunch of little tidbitty extras that you can purchase to kind of bling out your game. So all of those videos are available for you. They're very informative. I hope that's the whole point I made them, just so that you guys can make a better decision on what you want to purchase and maybe not want to purchase for Slaughter Ball. Also did a top 10 worker placement games. This is number 4 on my top game mechanisms list that I did a few weeks ago. So I listed all my favorite worker placement games there. And then we also did another episode of Throat Punch Lunch, episode 20. So there's a lot of cool, it's a little bit shorter of a video this time around because I had to shorten the deadline because of having to post it before the gathering and all that kind of stuff. But it's still a great episode, so you can take a look at that as well. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Hey everyone, I'm Spencer.
I'm Laura, and we're Married with Board Games. This week we looked at Naturally Disastrous by Silver Lake Games.
Now while it doesn't replace any cooperative games we already own, this could be a good starting point for newer gamers to introduce some standard concepts.
Having said that, we do give this game a rating of 5. If you want to hear more details, be sure to check out our full review over on the Dice Tower.
And for me, well, first there's Hounded. Now Hounded's a game that is really cool in concept. It just didn't work out as well in execution. A 2-player game where one person is a hound and the other, or the master of the hounds with hounds, and the other person is a fox, and you're chasing the fox around the board, trying to corner the fox. The fox has a definite advantage. It's harder to play the hounds, and there's more luck than I like in the game, but still the game's intriguing, and I want to like it more. Braintopia, this is a game that uses several senses, including your sense of touch, and then also memory and things like that. and you're to turn over a card and solve a puzzle. First fastest person to do it is the winner. Not an amazing game by any means, and probably too small for what it is, but there's a lot of variety in this box, and I think a lot of people will enjoy it. Nash Alpen, or Gamsh Alpen, sorry, Gamsh Alpen. This is a variant on spoons to some degree, or speed spoons, or whatever you want to call it, where you're trying to work secretly with a partner as they get 4 cards of the same type, and then they give you the signal and you announce it, but the signal's secret. Just silly fun, really. Math Flux. Not a big fan of Flux, but I am a big fan of math, and math has triumphed over Flux in this game, especially when you play with one of the variants in there where you're playing keepers in front of you and you then use addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division to change those numbers into the goal. Nice. Wendigo. This is a fun game from Yellow in which it's one versus many for kids. One person's the Wendigo and replacing different tiles on the board, and all the other kids are trying to figure out which tile was replaced because they have to close their eyes while they do it. Powers of deduction, not deduction, but observation, I guess is the right word. Really fun. Fugitive. This is a cool little 2-player game, another asymmetrical one where one person's a fugitive, the other person's chasing them, from the designer and publisher of Paperback. The artwork here is great, a 50s spy theme, and a lot of fun. The one person's going to feel stress as the other person chases them. It's a one-person card game version of Scotland Yard. Lunar Landing. This is a fun puzzle from Think Fun, in which you are moving robots and different pieces around a board, trying to bounce them off each other to get to the right spot. It has some shades of Ricochet Robot, a game I like a lot, but it's not quite. It's a very clever little puzzle, and that's Lunar Landing. I also took a look at the new version of Amun-Re. I compared it to the older version of Amun-Re, did a comparison video between those, but then I reviewed Amun-Re. Amun-Re is a great game in which you are auctioning off for different land and building pyramids on them, and halfway through the game everything is wiped, but the pyramids remain, and now property values have changed. A great classic game. The reprint is gorgeous. I took a look at the small expansion, Marvel Legendary Noir, which is based on a comic book I'm not really interested in. I never really cared if Spider-Man was a detective or not. But the noir theme is really strong, and this actually turns out to be one of my favorite small expansions for this game. Adds some really cool concepts into Legendary. Melody and I looked at the Escape the Room expansions. Escape the Room is a really fun game for us, and these expansions, both of them, the clown one and the murder mystery one, were both just a lot of fun. And then I took a look at Gloomhaven, which has become one of my favorite games of all time. Just go watch a review for more on that. This game is obviously, everyone and their brother is reviewing this game at this point in time, but I still find myself really enjoying Gloomhaven. And that's the week in review. So I guess it's time to finish this video. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell, and this is The Dice Tower.